Yeah, this is actually going pretty well. Just fishing at 75 meters depth, but not on the 75-meter sandbank. Yeah, I have been fishing here now for about 1 hour. Really nice on the side, kind of half AFK, watching a few YouTube videos, doing a bit of fishing, nicely on the side here at 75 meters depth. And simply just there where you could see a lot of spots while driving over the area. I scanned the area with the echo sounder, found spots, and then just started fishing. And it actually works really well. So no heavy searching around at the classic standard spots, but simply looking where are many spots, or where are many spots shown on the echo sounder. Well, and then I went straight to the spot here and pulled them out. Now, of course, I am curious what is going to bite next here, whether maybe another halibut will come in. I already had 2 halibut here. And apart from that, also very many wolffish. Let's just check the last few meters here. Yeah, I think it is slowly coming up. Could be another halibut, right? Could be again, and it is another one again. Well, look at that. The next one here, even with 28 kilograms. So where exactly am I here? I think that's the most important thing. I am here at around 74 to 75 meters depth. Every now and then, big spots. By the way, the functionality of the echo sounder, I showed that just recently in a video. So by now you should know how the whole thing works and how you can read this here. And this is directly near the harbor, so I did not even drive that far out. Here in this area, this is basically C7. C7, you can say roughly this area here, 75 meters deep. Of course, sometimes a bit deeper, sometimes a bit shallower. We can see that here in the detailed display. So here on this field, and yeah, it actually seems to work quite well. Quickly back out again. This is how it looks right now. So a good 1 hour now here, a lot of wolffish in between, even a herring shark included. European hake is of course also really nice, and also a few halibut included, and by accident also a longhead dab as a trophy, also really nice. I gladly take that as well. A great fish I searched for a long time, and I had only caught it once so far as a trophy. This is now the second trophy, and all of this on a rattle sinker rig. We have 74 meters depth here now, and then I just set everything nice and loose so that I have, yes, perfectly now, movement close to the bottom. So I pull it up until that disappears, then let it drop down loosely, and now I'm exactly in the zone. And exactly in this zone, I now just let the rattle rig hang right there, and then the next bites come relatively quickly. Sometimes I also make a little bit of movement, especially when the drift keeps moving slightly further, just adjusting again, checking if the height is still correct. Because we're driving the whole time, we of course have different levels. And accordingly, I try again and again to go exactly into this zone, exactly into the zone, so that it clearly shows movement close to the bottom. And then I just let it hang like that, without jigging, without doing anything. Nicely on the side, half AFK, earning a bit of silver, and catching new trophies. Yeah, and this short testing, whether this depth fits, that is also always very important, so that you're not too deep or too high, because of course we do not want that, because then you get significantly fewer bites. Additionally, you can also just stand here quite well. Most of the time, I simply position myself here in this area so that I can see exactly how deep am I actually set. Now, I already see here on top 74 meters, so 74 meters depth to the bottom, and my display is also already at 74 meters, meaning my line indicator down there. And accordingly, I prefer to pull it up just a bit more and then let it hang at about that height. And that way I automatically always have the correct depth nicely set. Yeah, all of this, just like I already said, is done with the rattle setup, and really completely over the top. Also with the size 10 hook and herring fillet or coalfish fillet, both versions. And for several caught days now, I have also been testing the orange rattles here again and again. It seems to work quite well, so I'm leaving them on for now. So that's how the entire setup is built. Very, very large hooks, size 10, large fillets on them, and then it starts. By the way, the really huge fillets, there is actually one more level above those. They work significantly worse, so clearly worse in terms of bite frequency, and the fish were actually not noticeably bigger. So I have removed those again by now. And there goes the next one immediately. Very nice. Zap, quick hook set again. Yeah, from the weight it seems quite okay, not too big. Yeah, we will pull this one up nicely now. And then I would say I will also call the submarine right away so that we can take a look here into the net, how much silver that actually brought. All right, the last 15 meters. So it is coming up really well without many problems. And then let's see, maybe there is another nice fish that I have not had yet. Yeah, there is one. But that is also not something I'm necessarily searching for. Cod is of course quite nice. I gladly take that with me as well. I'm just checking quickly. I'm also driving back again to the position where I actually was before. So heading nicely back in that direction again to the correct coordinates up here, and then moving a bit across here. Exactly, I think roughly this area was it. Yeah, and then I simply cast out again here, like this, and roughly in this range. So not taken super precisely, but roughly like I said here in this area, where we have around 75 meters depth, that works quite well. So calling the submarine once more, and now let's see what the whole thing has brought us in silver. A little more than half an hour this time. And there already comes the next one. Yes, and there it comes already. I just hope it does not swim away now. That one fish I will of course still take with me, otherwise I will simply follow it shortly. And there it finally comes up. Oh, that one did fight a bit though. The next herring shark. Very nice. I gladly take that with me as well. Second herring shark. That one shot up really hard at the beginning. I had to reel a long time until it finally properly went into the drag. 21 kilograms is a good weight. So this is what everything looks like now. So around 1.5 hours or a bit less than 1.5 hours. 2 herring sharks, 3 times halibut, several good wolffish. Also here as mentioned, the European hake and the cod. Quite good prices. And with that, we are already at 1,400 silver. Almost 1,500 silver. That is of course really good. And I can also continue fishing nicely on the side while I'm cutting the video now, and that way I will just make a bit more silver again. If you like the whole thing, leave a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, that makes me happy. And then cutting the videos is also a lot more fun. We will see each other in the next video. Until next time, tight lines.